The last 2 seasons, the Celtics are 7-1 against the Knicks, which is crazy. And I think, like you said, the problem with the Knicks is they're good, which is great to some extent, but there's a very clear ceiling on how good they can be as currently constructed. And at best, they are a conference finals team, which again is not a terrible outcome for a lot of franchises, but it's probably just not going to cut it with the New York Knicks. Like, the New York media isn't going to give you a pass just for making a conference finals.
Yeah.
And especially not if you get to that conference finals and then get your face stomped in by the Celtics or Cavs. And honestly, if it's the Celtics, it's probably going to be like 4-1 at best. Like, the 3 games that they've played this season, the Celtics 132-109, 131-104. Today's was the closest, which was 118-105. And that was a 20-point gap after the first quarter as well, before the Knicks somewhat made it competitive in the fourth quarter. So it's interesting because, like you said, they specifically brought in pieces to compete with the Celtics. They went and got Bridges, they went and got Anunoby, and then they went and got a stretch 5 in Cat. And they were supposed to be 2 guys that could guard Boston's best wings in Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum, and a stretch 5 that can match Boston offensively. And all that's done is just open them up defensively, where the Celtics are averaging like 128 points a game against this team and can just get any shot they want against them. So I don't think, like you said, I don't think Mitchell Robinson's going to move the needle. He's going to help. Don't get me wrong. Like, having a 7-footer that can defend the rim is always helpful, but he's also not going to swing things in such a drastic manner that the Knicks are therefore going to become competitive. So my question now to Knicks fans and the Knicks organization is, where to next? Like, who goes first? Do you get rid of Thibodeau, who I think is clearly a fish out of water come playoff time, because he plays his guys 42 minutes a freaking night in the regular season, and he'll do it until the last week of the season as well. So by the time it's like the conference semifinals, like we saw against the Pacers last year, everyone's breaking down because their bodies are completely done. That's probably the case again this year. If they run deep, I can see something similar happening. And again, like, I think he's very flawed in what he can achieve as a head coach anyway. But even if you get rid of him, I don't think you're going to bring in anyone that's going to make this roster significantly better in a way that it competes with the top 2 teams. So what do you do? Do you strip it down and start again? Do you try a new coach and see if that changes enough?
It's such a well-known thing that they're just playing way too many minutes, to the point that it is a meme in the NBA of like, the Bridges thing is like, who's going to break first? The coach or Bridges? Like, that's... And we're seeing the effects of it already with OG Anunoby injured right before the All-Star break. Josh Hart, who is never hurt, even he got injured. Like, the players are starting to break down already, and playing them 40 minutes every single night. If the Knicks blow out a team and he just leaves the starters in, and it's
they're up 25 points in the fourth quarter, and Brunson's still bringing the ball up the floor with like 3 minutes to play. Yeah. It's wild.
You win some, you lose more. For free and confidential support, call the number on the screen or visit the website.